goes into the driveway, the dragon's home from work. My heart climbs into my throat. Will he be my dad or be berserk? So I click off Scooby-Doo and make sure the kitchen's clean just right. It's just an open wound since mom left home that night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christopher Titus.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thanks for making it. Good evening. Yes. Oh. Oh. The set looks like this because a lot of my trauma happened in the San Fernando Valley. I'm not the first person to say that either. Thank you for coming to the show. I want you guys to know, first of all, this is the darkest show I've ever written. I want you to know that up front. I am not bragging, I am warning you. There's a couple of bits in this show that will cause what I call hate clapping. You'll be like, that's well written, but goddamn. And I didn't realize I had to do the preamble until I went to Scotland. I did the Fringe Festival in Scotland. It's called the Fringe Festival. Be on the edge, man. I take the show to Scotland. I would do it every night. The Scots would laugh, and every night someone would go, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And I remember thinking, Mel Gibson is disappointed in all you people right now. So you guys ready? All right. The great and very flammable Richard Pryor once said, he said, everybody carries their own monsters, and tonight you guys get to meet every single one of mine. Yes? And by the way, we all carry monsters from our life. The cool thing is those monsters were given to us by people that said they loved us. Thanks, Mom and Dad, and every girl I ever dated. My therapist just bought a helicopter. I want you guys to know the stories I'm going to tell you tonight are stories that for many years I could not tell, and then a bunch of people who the stories are about died. And now they're stories I should not tell. But I'm not going to court. Tonight's show's going to be about tragedy. Of course, I don't think anything's a tragedy as long as you can add a punchline or win the civil case. Either way. But human tragedy is nonstop. From the second we're born, we get spanked, to the second we die of a heart attack in a whorehouse getting spanked. You know who you are. Here's how life is going to go for all of us. You ready? Birth, life, tragedy, life, tragedy. First orgasm, life. Tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy. Last orgasm, death, and we hope those happen on the same day. And if you think your life's going to be different, congratulations on your prescription peyote card. Good for you. I've had tragedy my whole life. It doesn't bother me. When I was growing up, every Easter, I just thought the cops were always invited. I'm from divorced parents. If you're from divorced parents, you know you have a good parent and a psychotic parent. Yeah, there's always a psycho, always. Because people that get along fine, share common goals and laughter, don't get divorced. They buy a motorhome and die years later in a campground in a bizarre propane explosion. Babe, I can't get the valve to... I had two bad parents, so I had to grade on a curve. And if you got two bad parents, because that's a weird one. Yeah, you got to come up with a baseline for who the good one might be. Okay, Mom did meth, Dad did other dudes for meth. Now, that's not my family. I'm just trying to make anybody who drove in from Riverside feel comfortable. That's going to get cut from the special. My mom, I hope a lot of you have good mothers. My mother, how would I describe my mom? Moms are amazing. My mom, oh God, what would I say? Diabolical Joker level supervillain, pretty much. Manic depressive schizophrenic, 185 IQ, spoke 4 languages, played concert piano, and shot and killed her third husband. She was a Renaissance woman. But when you're a kid, you don't know you have bad parents. They're just your parents. I remember when I was little walking around just like, how come there's no other kids are playing Hot Wheels with me at the Whiskey River Saloon at midnight? Why? I used to go to bars with my mom when I was little, when I was 4. I mean, I didn't go with her, she took me. I was like, yo, Mom, I'm 4, it's 10:30, where's the party up in this piece? What are we doing? I need to get my apple juice swerve on, can we go? Mom took me to bars with her because babysitters cost 3 drinks an hour. And she needed that 4th Harvey Wallbanger, goddammit. Which, by the way, is an old drink name I've been hearing my whole life, Harvey Wallbanger. I didn't figure out what it meant till I wrote this show. Harvey Wallbanger means you drink it and you bang off the walls. I don't think we should name drinks after what they do. Can I get a Harvey Wallbanger? She's gonna have a puke in my car later. Now, Mom and I were living here in North Hollywood at the time. North Hollywood, as you guys know, is a lot like Hollywood, except there's no money, mansions, or actors. A lot of Latinos live there. You could call it Hola-wood. And ironically, like Hollywood, there's a lot of Oscars. Ah, yes. It's not racist if it worked here. And she would take me to these crappy cinder block bars that dot the San Fernando Valley. You guys in the bars, like these bars are all around with no windows to keep out the light and the hope. People drinking from 10:30 in the morning, just praying to God their lottery ticket hits so they can afford that stolen tourist replacement liver from Venezuela. And I'm in a bar, I'm 4 years old, and nobody cared because my mom was super hot. So, my future uncles, that's the California screwed up that I love so much. My future uncles overlooked it. And these guys would be hitting on my mom, and to keep me distracted, they would just give me Coca-Colas one after the other. Because it's easy to control a toddler at midnight when it's in a sugar coma. They would also pack the Cokes with bar cherries. Bar cherries. Have bar cherries as a kid? Wasn't that awesome? Yeah. Yeah. That is not fruit! Bar cherries were invented in a lab at Dow Chemical. That's where they came. There is no fruit the color of a horny baboon's ass. It has never happened. With that red dye number 11 that it caused tumors in cinder block. There should be a class action suit for those who had to eat bar cherries as a kid. Hi, did you have a lot of bar cherries as a child? To this day, do you crap fuchsia? Do you see dragons when you sleep? Well, you could be entitled to compensation. Call the Bar Cherry hotline at 1-800-CAMP Lejeune. Yeah, I watch TV too, yeah. So we're in the bar one night, there was a band in the corner. It wasn't really a band, it was a guy with an electric guitar, a guy with a snare drum, a guy with a tambourine, and a guy with a tambourine. And the tambourine battles were epic. And the band goes to take its band break, so Mom left with Uncle Guitarist to have a naked meeting in his office or Pontiac Firebird. Now, and I'm a little kid and I see an empty drum kit. I'm like, I'm gonna work on that solo from my Alvin and the Chipmunks album. And I sit down to the drums and I look back on this day. Everybody in that bar was in there drinking hard to forget their children. And I'm in the corner, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da. And nobody killed me. That's how hot my mom was. But after about 20 minutes, you know, I got up to go find my mom. You know, like most 4-year-olds in a bar at midnight. And I walked out the front door of the bar to Victory Boulevard. As you guys know, Victory Boulevard is very ironically named. No one's ever had a victory on Victory Boulevard. A lot of victims, no victories. That's a local. And I just start walking into the barrio, and I'm white now. When I was a kid, I looked like I was Irish, German, and snowman. And I get picked up by the LAPD. And they knew I was lost. They didn't think I was turning tricks or anything. I mean, unless I was a prodigy. And my lips were red from the bar cherries. That joke's dedicated to the Boy Scouts of America and the Catholic Church. And the cops are freaked. They're like, what are you doing out here? Why do you smell like vodka? I go, that's what's in a Harvey Wallbanger. And they put me in the back of the car and we start looking for Mom. We come around the block like 4 times. Mom is standing in front of the bar, panicked, because she knows damn well if she loses her little boy, that child support stops. And you could tell she was upset because her blouse was all misbuttoned. And the cops get me out of the car and just start yelling at her. Excuse me, ma'am, is this your son? He's a little boy walking the streets at midnight. What is wrong with you? You should be nowhere near a child. Now take him back inside. And get him some bar cherries and martini olives so he has his fruits and vegetables. And they gave me back to her. And Mom was pissed. Cops drive away and she goes, what did I tell you? When I see police, I'm supposed to run. Right. What if they say, is your mommy an alcoholic? I say, no, she's just sad. And has an inner ear issue. That's my first memory in life. It's all right, I've made a lot of money off this shit. It's okay, don't worry. And I look back on that, I always wonder, what would have happened had the cops taken me from her in that moment? I think I'd still be standing here. I'd just be doing brutal jokes about my foster parents. You can't stop being who you are. Here's the problem with this show and why it's my 10th one. These stories, I didn't know how, I have no normal stories. I have weird stories. you ever notice? I have just weird stories. Here's one about me getting kidnapped. Yeah, how do I segue to that? How do I set you guys up for that one? So after the bar incident, Mom realized she was mentally ill, she had an alcohol problem, was trying to raise a little boy, and she needed to change her life overnight. So she took that little boy and got rid of him. She sent him to Detroit to live with his great-grandparents. And people always ask me, Titus, you say you're a California boy, but you don't have a California attitude, you don't talk like a Californian, you talk too fast, you're kind of angry, why? And I always say, first rule of Detroit Kindergarten Fight Club is you don't talk about Detroit Kindergarten Fight Club. Second rule of Detroit Kindergarten Fight Club is I'm a little teapot, short and stout. You got a fucking problem? What? And I'm living with 2 85-year-old people from another century. You got sick around them, they didn't go to the CVS. They went in the backyard and dug medicine up. Oh, I had a bad sunburn once, made me take a bath in vinegar. I was like, these old people are marinating me. Are we out of cat food? It was weird, my grandpa was old. On a good day with my grandpa, they give me, boy, get up, it's Saturday. I'm gonna take you out to the shed and I'm gonna show you how to build a coffin. That's a good job, people are always dying, come on. Now, back in California, my father looked around one day and was like, I used to have a small boy, right? And he decides he's gonna find out where I am. So he poked around, and by that I mean he slept with a couple of Mom's friends. It means 2 things. And he decides he's gonna go kidnap his son because he hadn't thought it through. Next day I was on the plane to Detroit and he's drinking like it's a superpower, just pounding alcohol, loudly working out his kidnapping caper to the dude next to him, who he does not know at all because he hadn't thought it through. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my kid. Those old people try to stop me, I'm gonna beat their ass. This is gonna happen. I'm sorry, I've been talking the whole flight, I apologize. What do you do for a living? And the man says, I'm the Detroit Metro District Attorney. Could I get another Harvey Wallbanger, please? But thank God horrible ex-wives are not rare, because this man was going through a divorce, and she was messing with his kids. So, instead of arresting my father when the plane landed in Detroit, from this point of the flight forward, this man gave my dad a seminar on how to legally kidnap a child. Yep. He was the Tony Robbins of child abduction. First, you gotta believe in yourself and trust the duct tape. So plane lands, my dad drives to my grandparents' house, knocks on the door, and I'm a little boy. I haven't seen my dad in about a year and a half. I think I was like 5. And my grandfather opens the door, and I see my dad. I'm like, Daddy, I just hugged his legs. He's like, oh my God, my son. Why do you smell like vinegar? Help me. And tells my grandparents, I haven't seen Chris in a while. I'd like to take him out and buy him a toy. You got to remember, I'm living with 2 85-year-old people. We had toys. We had a plow and a cotton gin. I was so happy I was going to get a toy that was built after the Whiskey Rebellion. But my mother had lied to my grandparents about my father, because that's all divorce is about, lying to everybody, get him on your side. So my grandfather just snaps on my dad. You son of a bitch, you haven't paid a dime for this boy. You stop paying for him, maybe you can see him. Till then, get the hell away from my house. Besides, we got coffins to build, goddammit. But my father knew my mother very well. I mean, hell, he'd been stabbed by her. This came up when I was about 18 years old. I'm hanging out with my dad up in Northern California. All this divorce is way over. I'm 18. And out of the blue, he's like, yeah, your mom stabbed me a couple times. I said, what did you do? He said, which time? Which means he went back. And I was thinking, why would a man go back? Oh, mom was hot, that's why. Every man in here right now, she's not gonna stab me again. Or maybe that's how he got there, you know? Yeah. I had to think of that, now you do. There you go. So because my father knew my mother so well, before he left California, he'd taken 3 years of canceled child support checks, had them in his jacket pocket, and just whipped them out. Bam! I have kid receipts. This little bastard's been on layaway. So I get to go get a toy. We hop in the car. We start hauling ass across Detroit. And I'm a kid. I'm like, toy store. Dad's like, shut up. We'll get your toy at the airport gift shop. Yeah, the airport gift shop. The island of misfit toys. Any father in here that's ever bought your child a present from the airport gift shop? Please get divorced and let a real man raise that child. You piece of shit. Oh, I got a toy. It was a Grover, but it had razor-sharp aluminum airplane wings and a United logo. Now, this is the first year of the 747s, and at that time in history, all stewardesses wore vagina skirts. It was amazing. Oh, I had an awakening at 5 years old. Like, Daddy, can she be our new mommy? I'm working on it, kid. So the DA told my dad, here's what you do. Get the kid on the plane, lock him down, then you run out to the terminal, because they used to let you do that. He said, go to a payphone, Google that. Then, you got to put coins in it, Google those. Then, call the grandparents, here's what you say. My son was taken illegally from California. I'm taking him back. You want to fight me for him? I will see you in court in California. Then hang up the phone and get back on the plane, because if the cops show up, it is going to get dicey. So my father does that, runs back on the plane, sits down next to me. At that point, the pilot comes on and goes, ladies and gentlemen, we seem to be having a little problem with the aircraft right now. For myself and everyone here at Pan Am. It was a long time ago, people. It was a long time. I look like this because I moisturize. It was a long time ago. For me and all the employees here, we'd like to apologize, but we're going to be sitting here for about 3 hours. Yeah, my father, to the day he died, said it was one of the scariest days of his life. He knew he was going to prison. And anybody who walked on the plane, they weren't maintenance. He knew they were FBI or CIA. I didn't see anybody. Because the second the pilot stopped talking, my father picked me up and put me in the overhead compartment. I was just up there snuggling my Grover. Which is a very cute thing for a child to say. Try saying that as a grown man anywhere. I'm in here snuggling my Grover. That's why the door was shut. Now that you busted in, you won't snuggle my Grover? I don't know what it means either. So we make it back to California. The plane lands, and I get to meet my dad's new wife. He was on his second wife. He had 6, by the way. And they have already had a new baby, my sister Shannon, who I met for the first time, and she had a kid from her first marriage, Troy, who was a year younger than me, and he had a couple of weeks of problems, because I came back with a Detroit attitude. Yeah, every morning I'd be like, who said you could have some Captain fucking Crunch? I'm sorry, you want me to build you a coffin? What? What? I have no normal stories. And I grew up in normal neighborhoods. I had normal friends, but that was weird too because they would start to tell their normal family stories. And because of my life, I knew where they were going before they even got there. Like, oh, we were packing the station wagon to go on vacation. I put the suitcase on top of the ice chest, and your dad said you're a loser, and he can't believe you're the sperm that won, right? No. He said, why don't you take the suitcase off the ice chest so we have access to your mom's homemade roast beef sandwiches and apple wedges? Apples come in wedges? And that's a joke about a little boy who nobody ever cut up an apple for. Shut up! I'm fine. I'm fine! You just didn't mess with my dad's ice chest, man. My father was a traveling salesman, drove all around California, Central Valley specifically, sold fiberglass equipment. Always had an ice chest in the car to, as he said, keep his road beer fresh. Laugh all you want. I didn't know that wasn't a real thing until I was 10 years old. I was at my buddy Glenn John's house. By the way, his father was the principal of our elementary school, and they had me for dinner all the time, over for dinner all that, because I was that kid in the neighborhood. Let's show Chris what a real family looks like. I know I'm kind of pissed too, and I like it. So we're in the middle of, we're having dinner, and their summer vacation was coming. I'm like, hey, what does your dad keep his road beer in? And the whole family went. Chris, do we need to find you some foster parents? Wouldn't make a damn bit of difference. You didn't mess with my dad's ice chest. He always, I do not remember a day in my life where he did not have an ice chest in the back of the car, and he always bought the styrofoam ones, the worst ones. They still make them, right? Why? We've invented better material. We have carbon fiber now. I mean, you don't want to build a submarine out of that, but an ice chest? We have video of that man going, they said it couldn't be done. What was going through his mind? His submarine, hey-oh! Shut up, I'm sorry. Nah. He deserves everything. I'm sorry, I get pissed if I have a weird Uber ride. You're gonna charge me $250 grand and implode me? 0 stars. You know those ice chests? Everyone has been on a family trip where one's in the back and you just hear that. That high-pitched whine that would make Vikings sterile. Oh my God. And my father was already on the ragged edge all the time, but 100 miles into a family trip with. We're behind him, my brother and I. It was like being in a werewolf movie. This is what it looked like. Give me the lid to that goddamn thing before I kill us all! And now my brother and I are slammed up against our car doors because we knew he couldn't hit us because we'd measured his reach when he was passed out. Then one of us would reach back, grab the lid of the cooler, pass it forward, and I don't know, he did this maybe 10 times in my life, going down the highway 80 miles an hour, just rolled down the window, and then my brother and I would turn around and watch the accident happen behind us. And that was vacation. So anyway, after my father kidnapped me, see how messed up that sentence is? after my dad kidnapped me, the court said I had to live with him most of the time. But I still had to fly down to Southern California and see my mom every couple of weekends. And I did that for a while, up until she left me overnight in Burbank Airport. I know it sounds bad. Because it's fucking bad! Remember the first time you were a kid and you walked into baggage claim and you saw the luggage slide out and you were like, oh, I could ride that. I got to ride that. Here's what happened. My dad put me on the plane in San Jose. I flew down to Burbank. The mini-skirted stewardess walked me off. And yeah, it's a fetish now, and I don't care. And it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm 6, and nobody's there to pick me up. And it was the 70s, so this stewardess was antsy. She's like, I gotta go sleep with someone like your father. We gotta go. So she left, but before she did, she just handed me to the Burbank baggage crew. She's like, here's a 6-year-old, he's not tagged. And these guys had no idea what to do with the kid, so they took me into the bowels of the Burbank airport, put me in a box, and I rode the conveyor belts all night. Kept coming out on Carousel 3, the Widowmaker. Woo! If that crazy psycho mom doesn't show up, I'm having a blast! So after that, the court said I had to live with my dad full-time because the airport refused to adopt me. Living with my father was interesting. He was a single father in the 70s. This is pre-AIDS. So he was busy. And partly responsible for AIDS. I think he would consider himself a field researcher. And I was his 6-year-old wingman. He would use me to get women. I'm a little kid. We'd go to these parents without partners, these singles things on like weekends, and he'd be like, her. And I'd have to go, I'm a little kid, I'll go to these women. My dad thinks you're gorgeous. He'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe he told you that. Hi, I'm Ken. You got any time to snuggle my Grover? You can tell I've never picked up a woman. It's weird, man. It's just weird to me that at 6 years old, I was a vagina grifter. My dad was interesting. It was interesting. He was between marriage 2 and 3 at the time, so he was already paying alimony and child support to other women, so I didn't have any child care whatsoever. I was a latchkey kid, which I loved. Latchkey kids are my favorite people in the world. Yeah. Because we're independent. Yeah. Being a latchkey kid was awesome. The freedom you had as a latchkey kid. Get out of school at 2:30. My God, dad didn't get home till 7 o'clock because if you were a latchkey kid, you could start a small crime family in that time. If you were a latchkey kid, you could burn the house down as long as you got it rebuilt by 7 o'clock. Dad'd come in, smells like smoke in here. I had a mesquite burrito. And redid the flooring. I just feel bad for every kid today, man. Every kid today is tracked by their cell phone, or their parents have injected their neck with an RFID chip like a pet Yorkie. Dude, what's that thing behind you? It's my mom's drone. Hi, Mom. How did they protect us latchkey kids? They gave us a single raw house key, hanging off an unbreakable Converse tennis shoestring. Yep, nobody's gonna get this off of me. The house is totally safe. I'm an 11-year-old ninja. So I lived with Dad. I didn't see my mom between the ages of like 6 and 11 because she was in and out of mental institutions, And so my dad filled the missing mother department with these amazing women he was banging. And then after he married those women, these other women he was banging, and that's why he has 6 divorces. And then when I was 11, out of the blue, my mom just calls, and she goes, hey, I'm out of the mental institution. I'm doing great. I'm on new medication. I've had great therapy. I haven't seen Chris in a very long time. Do you mind if I take him on a 2-week trip to Idaho over the summer? And since my dad hadn't heard from the FBI in about 27 months, that almost sounds like a joke, doesn't it? Well. My mom was a manic depressive schizophrenic. She heard voices, and you can ask any of our family and friends of hers. She told everybody that she worked for the FBI and or the CIA. And one day, the FBI showed up. And not for a peer review. They were like, ma'am, you don't work for the FBI. Mom was like, I got it, I don't work for the FBI. I know these stories are hard to believe. People, no one believes it. I had my own TV show about my life, and my writers didn't believe my life. They were all normal dudes. And I was the head writer, and I'd come in and go, hey, this happened, let's do stories about this. And these guys would go, this is bullshit. So when I was 25, my mom wrote me a letter. And she wrote me this letter on a serial killer typewriter. It dropped all the S's and N's about that far. And it was weirdly spaced, and just 7 lines, and here's what it said. Chris, everything's going well, got a new job, can't talk about it, because they're listening. They're listening to you write a letter? Your sister's doing great, but she's messing with me. She doesn't know who she's messing with. She was 8. So I'd kept that letter for many years because, you know, evidence. And then I got the TV show, and these guys kept questioning these stories, so I dug the letter out, and I stuck it to the writer's room wall at the Titus show. And anytime someone would go, come on, man, that didn't happen like that, I go, come here. Read it! Out loud to the group, please. Are we all back on the same page now? Good. Now you sit down and be funny. And that's why I no longer have a television show. So my father agrees to let his only son cross state lines with a certified mental patient. What could go wrong in this story? So she picked me up in Northern California. At the time, she had a 1972 Chevy Caprice Classic. It's a big car. Yeah, car was massive. Car was built on the frame of a motorhome. You opened the glove box, it became a queen bed. Car had a Murphy glove box. And we start driving towards Idaho. We drive all day, you know, we slept at rest stops at night where nobody ever gets murdered. Mom called it camping. So every night my sister and I'd gather around the cigarette lighter and tell ghost stories. And if we wanted to be terrified, we'd just talk about our parents. And I have to be honest, it was the one time in my life my mom was absolutely the best mom. She was normal. Whatever medication she was working, she had these great friends in Idaho, which I did not expect at all. You know, I was 11, I had an awakening, I met a girl. Up to this point in my life, I thought I might be gay, because my dad always called me faggot. I didn't care if I was gay, I was just glad my tiny manhood had finally picked a side. Too much information in that sentence, isn't it? And everything's going so well in Idaho. Mom goes, you know, we're having so much fun. You know, we're going to stay a couple extra days, but decides not to call and tell my dad. Again, what could go wrong here? So 2 days later, we start driving back, you know. Again, we drove all day, slept at rest stops at night. Sometimes Mom went out with Uncle Rest Stop Janitor. My sister and I made cigarette lighter s'mores. Takes about 4 hours, by the way, to make a s'more with a cigarette lighter. And you got to remember something. My mother and father did not get along. My dad had been stabbed by her a couple times. So he's freaking out in California. He thinks I'm dead in a ditch. Mom has bought an Uzi and is shooting up go-kart driving Shriners at a Labor Day parade. And because they didn't get along, the court said that I could never be dropped off at either one of their houses. I always had to be dropped off at a neutral place because the cops were tired. And I get dropped off at Grandma Titus's. How do I describe my Grandma Titus? Grandma Titus was a grandma with absolutely no hugs. Bitch didn't bake cookies either. If you hugged Grandma Titus went, almost like, it burns, it burns! She never said that, but it was implied. She had one friend. Grandma Titus had this little dog, Bridget, this poodle. It was dark gray when it was new, but the dog lived like 38 years, man. At the end of its life, it was just sepia tone. It just looked like a fuzzy Civil War photograph. And it was just like Grandma. You try to pet this dog, hey! Grandma Titus died of Alzheimer's, but she had Alzheimer's for 20 years. Nobody has Alzheimer's for 20 years. Yeah, we figured out that one day Grandma Titus just decided, fuck it, I'm not talking to anybody. Hey, Grandma, how you doing? You feeling okay? I'm trying to finish the New York Times crossword and I have Alzheimer's. Back off. You seem kind of lucid, Grandma. Mumble, mumble, blah, blah, blah. Who are you? Better? Little sidebar about that story. So, just so you guys know, if you know my comedy, I've never once asked my family if I could tell any of these stories, ever, which has made Thanksgiving fucking weird. I go to a family reunion, no one's happy to see me. Hey, it's good to see you guys. How'd this year go? It was fine. Everything went great. Go have some pie. So the one time I asked for permission was a Grandma Titus bit. My Aunt Kathy is her daughter, and she's the opposite of Grandma Titus. She's the most family-oriented, loving, amazing human being. So I respect her so much, I called her. I go, Kat, I want to do this bit about Grandma Titus. Is it okay if I do it? She goes, well, do the bit for me. So I did the bit on the phone for her, like I just did for you. And there's a really long pause. And Kathy goes, that sounds about right. That's her daughter, man! So my mom drops me off at Grandma Titus's. Half an hour later, my dad shows up, and it's a Sunday night. He's pissed. We've been gone 2 days, and he's drunk off his ass. He comes in hot. That bitch, 2 days late. You're never gonna see that bitch again. And then he starts calling her names that rhyme with runt and punt and stunt. And you got to remember, I'm an 11-year-old boy who for the first time fell in love with his mom, and she bought me a jawbreaker at a convenience store on the road, and I had it in my pocket, and he was cussing her out. So I took it out, and I just went, and I hit him in the neck because I hadn't thought it through. And it was Return of the Werewolf, man. He said, hey. Now, I'm 6'2", my father was 6'4", bigger man than me, just bigger, and he only did this once in my life. I'll never forget it. He was so drunk and so pissed, I've never seen him move so fast. He did this drunken master ninja leap across the room, snatched me by both ankles with one hand, held me upside down, and beat me like I was meat in a Rocky movie. Grandma continued to watch Hee Haw. We get in the car on the way home, and I'm crying. He's screaming about my mom. And before my mom had dropped me off, she said, hey, if you want to come live with me, here's $20. And even at 11, I was like, this is a crap bribe, Mom. But now, I had $20 in a plan. Anybody here run away when they were real little? Yeah, yes? How old were you, man?
I was 8.
8 years old. How far did you get?
2 miles barefoot.
2 miles barefoot. Well, that's shitty planning is what that is. Hey, you mean the world's not made out of shag carpet? God damn it, this sucks. I should have thought this through. Anybody else? How old?
5.
5, how far did you get?
First story of the apartment.
First story of the apartment. Yeah, ground floor, one ding, fuck. Yes, I'm on the 3rd floor, yeah. No, just me, just running away. I hate these people. No disguise or nothing. You just got in the elevator and said, I'm out.
Backpack, didn't know where to go.
Didn't know where to go. That's the plan. Anyone else? One more? Anybody? How old?
12.
12. You didn't run away. You went out to become a hooker at 12. You left. You left home. You're done. That's moving out. Anybody run away really young? Like really, how old? 10. How far did you get? 11 miles. That's good. What did you have, like an odometer? All right, I'm at 11 miles, I think. As the crow flies, I'm at 11 miles. I've possibly made a mistake here. I asked this because it cracks me up. Oh, by the way, I asked this because what is it about little kids? What human beings in general? We're living in a house. We've got food and shelter, and just we're like, you know what? Fuck this place. I'm out, man. Nope. Clean your room. Eat your vegetables. How about blow me, Mom? How about that? You know what? I'm gonna get an action figure and a peanut butter cookie, and I'm gonna go live my life. And then you make it to the elevator. Oh. Someone should have explained buttons to me. By the way, that's the audience participation part of the show, because it seems like on TikTok and everybody else, they want to see you can talk to the audience instead of doing the material you worked 2 fucking years on to perfect, but it's okay. So, I can keep going if you want. Hey, anybody ever try edibles? Fuck. My manager right now is going, oh, we're going to cut that. We're cutting that. No, we are not. So I wake up, the next day was the first day of 8th grade, and I woke up and I had $20 and a plan, man. I got up, got dressed ready for school because I'm stealthy, went to the bus stop, and I let all the kids get on the bus, and the bus driver was like, you getting on? Nope. I made a left, I walked a mile to the freeway on-ramp, and I started hitchhiking. And I got picked up by this flaming gay guy in an orange Chevy Chevette with flowered seat covers. I will never forget this man. Pulled up on the on-ramp, flung open the door. Well, there's the fetus on the freeway. What are you doing here? Because this is unusual. But you got to remember, I was raised by a manic, depressive, schizophrenic, alcoholic, and a womanizing alcoholic. Lying is in my DNA, according to 23andMe. So I put on my best 11-year-old iron worker voice, and I'm like, yeah, my mom and dad don't get along, They've been divorced, I gotta visit them. I always hitchhike to the airport. I've been doing this since I was like 4. Once I figured out that elevator thing. And this guy was like, that story sounds totally plausible. Get in this car. So I get in the car. We pull out on the highway and we start doing 60. I can't jump out now. He stone cold busts me. He goes, I want you to know your story is bullshit. Sorry for swearing, but here's what's going to happen next. You're going to give me your mother's phone number or your father's phone number, or we're getting off this next exit and going to a police station. What do you want to do? Really? Our whole lives we're taught, don't hitchhike, you're gonna get murdered and raped. And I get this guy? I get Mother Teresa, Freddie Mercury, that's who picks me up? I'll never forget this. I will never forget this man. So I told him what was going on, told him my dad did. The dude drove me all the way to San Jose Airport. Got out of the car, went into the airport with me. You want to go to the gift shop? No, I'm good, thank you. But he did buy me a book on Evel Knievel. It was a paperback book. I loved Evel Knievel growing up. Yes, because he was like my dad, except my dad, jumped women. Then he called my mom to make sure I wasn't lying. This guy didn't know me from anybody, but he made sure this little boy safely got put on this plane to go live with a certified mental patient. Don't pick up hitchhikers. You may ruin their lives. If you pick them up, kill them. It wasn't going well anyway. So the plane lands at Burbank Airport, and mom's there to pick me up. Hey, 1 out of 2, that's pretty good. And she calls my dad, hey, I've got him, he's safe. I'm lying. That's not what people do in divorce. I remember standing outside the airport. She's on a payphone holding my hand. I own the little bastard now, slam! 2 weeks later, I'm in LA County Courthouse, and they let me testify against my father at 11 years old. Yeah, they don't let kids do that anymore because therapists were raking it in for decades later. And I'll never forget it, man. I'm sitting in the witness box. Mom had 2 weeks to work on me. Judge was right there. My father was right there. And I lied. He beats me all the time. He sets me on fire, then he stomps me out, then he sets me back on fire again. He helps me with my homework, but he erases the right answers and he puts wrong answers. And if you could have looked at my dad while I was testifying, he totally looked like a dude that would do it, too. Even the judge was like, oh, I guess you live with your mom now. So I moved in with Mom. At the time, I was 11, almost 12. My hair was all feathered back in its Farrah Fawcett glory. I hadn't discovered this piece of genius yet. The half-ass Woody Woodpecker mohawk thing that I'm working on. I had corduroy bell bottoms, velour shirts. I was a pinball wizard, man. King. I was a bit of a rebel, as were my teeth. These aren't mine. I mean, I own them now. But my genetic teeth growing up, my God, man, nothing came in straight. I had no two teeth on the same plane, nothing. Everything was just like, when I smiled as a little kid, my mouth looked like a bunch of people trying to escape a nightclub fire. I lived with Mom for 2 years. In the 2 years I lived with Mom, we got evicted 3 times. Yeah, a 12-year-old should not know the sheriff. I was like, well, the paperwork seems in order, Sheriff. I'm sorry. Doug. I had a paper out at the time. Mom took her cut every month. I had a Star Wars poster on my bedroom door, but I had Darth Vader because I fucking knew what he'd gone through, man. I knew why he was like that. No one ever cut up an apple for him either. Wouldn't it be great if that's what really happened to Darth Vader? He was just had a mildly weird childhood, but he looks evil because of the mask, but really in there he's just sighing all the time.
If only someone had chopped up a Honeycrisp for me, I would not need to destroy the galaxy.
You know, I've been told Mom was crazy my whole life by my father, but I never really got to experience it. I was too little when it was going on, and he kept me away from her. And when I moved in with it, she was crazy. Like, here's how crazy Mom was. She had a 185 IQ and a photographic memory. And I asked my dad one time, I go, why didn't they just keep her in the mental hospital? And he said, I asked the doctor that, and he said, she passes all the tests. She's too smart. That's a Batman villain. All right, I've lived with her. She got this job. She got this job working for a pharmaceutical company. I could stop there, couldn't I? And she got fired because she had memorized the pharmaceutical book that they had and had started giving doctors advice on what to prescribe their patients. So if anybody lost somebody in the early 80s, I am really sorry. She also do weird stuff. My sister and I lived with her, and we'd watch TV at night, just the 3 of us, and she'd be drinking a 20-ounce beer in the house with a bag over it. Mom, is this homeless practice? Do I need a Sheriff Doug update? What's going on? I have 2 sisters, by the way. I have a sister from Mom's second marriage, and I have a sister from Dad's second marriage. So I have 2 half-sisters. So I have 1 complete sister. And I don't know if life is nature or nurture, but I'll tell you this. My sister Shannon was raised by her mom and my dad. They were split up, but her mom was a registered nurse. And say we a little about my dad. That man paid the bills. He was responsible. Shannon went to Columbia University, graduated top of her class, married the valedictorian, lives in Sweden. Her last job, she ran a women's health program for a chunk of Africa. Yeah. Don't clap! She's better than me and I'm tired of hearing about it. I got it. She's Jesus. I tell jokes to drunk people. I got it. She's actually pretty awesome. Then you got my sister Kirsten, who was raised by my mom, a manic depressive schizophrenic alcoholic, and her father, who when they split up when he was 35, and he started dating 16-year-old girls. That's the only right answer, isn't it? What a douchebag. You know you're a douchebag when the California custody system awards custody of your tiny daughter to the violent, manic, depressive schizophrenic. Even the judge was like, sir, I believe the voices in her head are going to raise this kid better than you. So about a year and a half and live with mom. Out of the blue, my dad calls. And he says, I haven't seen Chris in a year and a half. Would you mind sending him up to Northern California for a week? And mom went, sure. And I said, no. This is a hit. I'm gonna die in a very suspicious go-karting accident. But I went and saw him. It was okay. You know, I spent a week with him. It was pretty cool. You know, on Saturday, he took me to an amusement park, and we just drove around the perimeter. He was like, open that window. Yeah, hear that laughter and joy those kids are having? That's what you get when you don't testify against your father in court. You lied about me in court. You get that, right? I protected you from that crazy bitch your entire life, and you lied about me? Hope your fucking kids do this to you one day. Amazing vacation so far, Dad. Although I do believe my What Did You Do Over the Summer essay is going to be a tad edgy. So you put you on a plane on Sunday, fly back down to Burbank Airport, and mom's there to pick me up. 2 out of 3, her percentages are getting better. And we walk out of the airport, and the car is gone. I go, well, where's the Chevrolet Titanic? She goes, well, I had to sell it. Mom, I've been gone 7 days. She goes, get on the bus. So we get on the bus, and we lived 2 miles from the Burbank Airport at that time, and we start driving across Los Angeles. And I go, Mom, what's going on? And she goes, well, we got evicted. I was like, oh, Sheriff Doug. I tried to make him Uncle Sheriff Doug. Where do we live now, Mom? She goes, we moved into a friend's garage. Now, I want you to know something. I didn't care about that much, man. I'd been with Mom for a little while now. I knew things were weird, but I was 13, almost 14, and I'd started liking girls a lot. And you can't bring a girl over to your house in that situation. Hey, let's go study at my house. Let's go in the front door. There's my bedroom over on the workbench. What do you say we get done with homework, you snuggle my Grover? So being a 14-year-old narcissist, I called my dad and said, Dad, I'm living in the garage. I need to come home and live with you. And Dad went, then say it. You were right, the bitch is crazy. I love you, Daddy. Welcome home, son. And I flew back the next day. But I have one regret at this time, and I don't have a lot of regrets in life. I left my sister Kirsten with my mom. Now, she wasn't my dad's kid, and I was 14. I don't know what I could have done, but Kirsten had a weird life. Imagine having your entire life raised by someone clinically insane. Like Mom moved to Idaho. Her third husband, she married this guy, this oil ricker guy, and he didn't like Kirsten's dog, so he made Mom kill it. But, Mom also killed that guy. Glass half full. But Kirsten was around when that happened, and she was around when Mom killed herself. And again, I shut up. I know I tell you the show's going to be dark. I get here and I realize I've gone too far. All right. Let's go someplace else. Yeah, no, so get out of the personal stuff, go someplace else. Suicide. Did you guys know 47,000 people a year commit suicide in America? That's half a stadium. And people kill themselves because they feel all alone. But what those people didn't know is they had 46,999 friends that shared their common interest. We could stop suicide if we could just get suicidal people to meet. We need a place where suicidal people can hang out. You know, like, ooh, like a theme restaurant. Sadly's. Come on down to Sadly's when you order the I'm a Loser burger and ask for cheese. We refuse to put it on. Try the appetizers here at Sadly's. Go for the, what's the point, shrimp poppers. We've got plenty of parking here at Sadly's, but we tow everybody. Bring your suicidal depression down to Sadly's. Meet somebody just as depressed as you, become best friends, and then have so much joy in your life, you make other people want to kill themselves. Sadly's, a great place to hang. See? See? Told you. Suicide has always confused me. You know, you think with my life I'd have considered it. Not really. Nah. Kill myself? You kidding me? Kill myself? Kill myself? If I kill myself, how am I going to take my vengeance? Yeah. This entire show is vengeance on my family. You hear that, Grandma Titus? I mean, you hear that, Grandma Titus? Don't get sad, get even. I always do research when I'm writing stuff. I did some research about suicide. You guys know this? This is, by the way, this isn't a joke. This is the saddest statistic I've ever read. You guys know suicide is the second leading cause of death between 14 and 24-year-olds in America? Isn't that horrible? That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Come on, young people. Come on, man. No reason. Don't do this. Come on. 24? My God, come on. There's just so much more to kill yourself about when you hit 40. Oh my God, get divorced. Have your ex make your kids hate you. Buy her lawyer a new boat. Then, and only then can the box cutter be your friend. 24? You haven't earned suicide. Get off your ass and get depressed like the rest of us. Yeah. Goddamn Generation Z. Also, but here's another statistic I read about suicide. This one, I didn't believe it, but I guess it's right. 50% of all suicides committed with a gun. That seems high, you know? I mean, I know we all have guns, America. But 50%, some of those have to be like, you know, accidents. Because we have idiots with guns. Guns go off, they're just mislabeled accidents, right? Because I get it. We're out in the world, we all got a gun on our hip. You know, you go shopping, you get home, you're unloading the car, you got 5 bags of groceries and a hot cup of coffee. You know, you get to the front door, you start looking for your keys, bam! God damn it. And then, and they find like, oh my God, he killed himself. He didn't leave a note. There's just a spilled latte. His name is misspelled on the cup. Maybe that's why he did it. It's Greg, not Craig. Damn you, barista. My mom and my sister both used a gun, not the same gun. That would be weird. And I'll never have them back. My mother never got to see me perform one time. I'll never make my sister laugh again. My favorite quote of all time is, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Don't do it. Wait one more day, please. Just wait one more day. The sun will come up. Wait one more day. If my sister had just waited one more day, I would have showed up wherever she was on this planet and helped her plan her vengeance. And you think you're alone? I guarantee you're not. There's 5 to 10 people in your life that love you so much. If you called them at your lowest point and told them what was going on, they would show up where you are with baseball bats, ready to jack up whoever hurt you. Wouldn't you? She did it because of her boyfriend. Ladies, never, ever, ever kill yourself because of a man. Ever. Yeah. Yes. Penis is free. You just have to walk. It will follow you against your will. But we've all had that bad relationship. You know the one you couldn't get out of? You know the one you'd fight for 3 days and you'd have sex and you think that was making up for whatever reason, you know? And then you were getting physically or emotionally abused and you couldn't leave because you were scared. And so she had that relationship. And they got in a big giant fight and she had enough. She went to his apartment, dug his gun out of his underwear drawer because he's one of those responsible gun owners we hear so much about. She sat at the end of his bed, put the gun in her mouth, and blew her brains all over his headboard. And some tragedies don't have a punchline. And then I thought of one. Her suicide note read, "Can't find my reading glasses." And when they found her, they were on her head. But now her prescription was different. To those of you that hate me right now, that are literally sitting there going, did he just do 3 jokes about his sister's suicide? What an asshole. You're absolutely right. To the rest of you who laughed and even clapped, we now have to form a cult. Yeah. We got to buy a farmhouse and live together because we're the only douchebags that can tolerate each other. So why did I do that bit like that? Well, my sister Kirsten had all of Mom's brilliance, but she had none of her crazy. She had a weird life, and she was a published poet, and she would have been so pissed if I made her death sappy. She'd have been like, no, 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 no. I'll make it rhyme, you make it funny. And again, it got weird. I know, it's getting dark, it's getting weird. Let's go someplace better. Sorry, I'll go someplace better than suicide, okay? Divorce. Did you guys know 35% of all marriages end in divorce? Of course, 52% end in a bizarre propane explosion in a campground. 8% end in murder. I'll take divorce every single time. My divorce was brutal. I did not create an X. I created a X-Man supervillain who could destroy my faith in humanity, drain my bank account, and suck out my soul with one phone call. She was seeing 2 other guys while I was on the road doing comedy. And she embezzled $400,000. Yeah, but cheating on me's bad too, right? You money-grubbing whore. I'm kind of with you guys, though. Look, at 10 grand, I'm like, whoa, we need couples counseling. 400 grand? I'm out of here, man. I have standards, obviously based on a decimal point. So I filed for divorce. That's what you do when someone's cheating on you and then taking your money. I filed for divorce. I go to LA County Courthouse. I don't get a chance to say a word. Judge comes and sits there. She stands up. Your Honor, this man's been beating me, punched me in the face, banged my head off a coffee table, ripped my hair out, kicked me in the stomach, and threw me down a flight of stairs twice. Now, let's unpack that. That would mean that after I brutally beat her, I then threw her down a flight of stairs, then went down the stairs, picked her ass back up, carried her back up the stairs so I could throw her down the stairs. Seems inefficient to me. And how bad am I at throwing people downstairs? Not a tough one. And how do we know 100% of what she said was a lie? Because I'm not doing the show on a Zoom call from prison. That's why. And I got my kids 50-50 custody. Yeah, even the judge was like, come on, twice. 50-50 custody is weird, man. It's pretty weird. I had him for a week, she'd have him for a week. And because of my parents' divorce, I didn't want to poison my kids, so I didn't talk too much. I'm not saying that once in a while your mom's a bitch didn't mumble out of me. I'm not saying that. But it was few and far between. Found out years later, my kids said all their mother did was talk about me and my new wife. So I'd have them for a week, send them to their mothers. They'd come back a week later, and every Monday, it was like deprogramming a Scientologist. I was like, what, we're gonna kill, cook, and eat you? You had a sunburn, it was vinegar. But I did my best. Anybody here go through a bad divorce?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? How long did it last, sir? How long?
A year and a half, almost 2 years.
Your bad divorce lasted a year and a half. Wow, that's fucking adorable. 13 years. In that time, I had 5 different attorneys. And by the way, if you're a family law attorney here tonight, thanks for coming to the show. 5 different judges. 1 bailiff. How weird is that? Same guy the whole 13 years. Every time we get a new judge, he'd be like, I haven't really studied this case. Well, ask him. He's sitting right there. Pete. And I hated family court. Here's why. Criminal court, there's a crime or there's not. Civil court, you're liable or you're not. Family court, it's just 2 idiots lying about each other for children and money and stuff. And they don't know who's telling the truth, who's not. You know what it felt like in family court? It felt like behind every judge, there was this giant roulette game show wheel of stupid shit. That when he'd spin it and whatever came up, that was the ruling. I'd be like, Your Honor, she actually used all the child support to buy herself a new wardrobe. And on top of that, she's supposed to pay for half of the kid's school. She didn't. I had to cover all of it. She's not following the court orders. Wow, Mr. Titus, that's horrible. Hold on. Okay, bad news. You can't see your kids for 4 months, and your child support is quadrupled. What? It's not me, it's the wheel. You want to spin again? No. But I did my best for 13 years. Now, a story I'm going to tell you now happened about 11 and a half years in. I was going to take both my kids out of school on my week to go snowboarding, because I believe education is the most important thing except for short lift lines. There's my California people. But I'm still a good dad, and so I'm going to go pick him up at school, my son. And any teachers in here tonight, by the way? Yeah, good. I want you to know, if you're a teacher here tonight, you should be getting paid double what you get paid right now. Right. You know why? You know why? Education is national security. It's economic security. It's weapons security. It's security. Thank you for being teachers. Thank you for being teachers. But as much as we love teachers, I want you to know something. None of us want to go to parent-teacher night. So what I would do is I would do ambush parent-teacher conferences. I would show up at the end of the day to pick him up out of school, and I'd go talk to all his teachers, because that's where you find out who the teachers really are. They've been dealing with 7th and 8th graders all day. They're just in the corner twitching with a red pencil. Like, I could have taken that assistant manager job at Target. At least then I'd have access to school supplies. So I'm going to go pick up his work so we can go snowboarding, and he's snowboarding to do his homework at night. And he, by the way, he's 13 at the time. He's been telling me everything's going awesome. Because, 13-year-old boys, they're so dead on honest. I go to talk to all his teachers. 5 out of 6 teachers. 5 out of 6. Said he lies all the time, won't do anything I tell him, screws up with his buddies, and he's kind of stupid. And I thought, God damn it, genetics. His music teacher was like, he's cool. I was like, I'll give you a brownie if his grades get to go up. And I want you to know something. This is the 4th time this year this kid had lied to me. And raising a kid is tough. Raising a child in a good marriage is almost impossible. Try doing it in a contentious divorce where everybody hates each other's guts. And here's what it's like to be a father raising a son. My job is to make you not an asshole, but you are such an asshole! And I know because I'm third generation. And I don't know what to do, man. You know, this is the fourth time this year's kid lied to me. And I'm walking out to the parking lot, and he's behind me. He knows I'm pissed. And I'm just like, I gotta inspire this kid, man. He needs an inspirational speech, you know, like something like Martin Luther King, you know, or JFK. No, Samuel L. Jackson. Because I hadn't thought it through. And he knows I'm pissed, man. And, you know, I'm an actor. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to scare him a little bit. He's 13. Time to man him up. Gets in his side of the car. I walk around the side of my car. I slam it. And the second my door clicks shut, I go, what do good grades look like? What? Say what again, motherfucker? What do good grades look like? A's, and what are you getting? F's, motherfucker. That school costs $8,000 a year. You're not doing your motherfucking work. I could have bought myself a motherfucking motorcycle. And I took my glass off and I threw them on the dash and they broke. And I thought, oh, you dumb motherfucker. Now be clear. I had never yelled at this kid like this ever. And I went from 0 to Samuel Jackson. Oh, and it had the effect. I look over and he's going, and I thought, uh-oh. Good. And I drove home and I called my father-in-law to come over and help him get his math caught up because, you know, I can't. And I grounded him and put him in his room and I was feeling guilty about 9:30 because I scared him. I went in his room at 9:30 and go, hey, I want you to know something. Listen, wake up. Look, you're 13 years old. You're this far from being a man. Do you get that? If you don't start doing what you're supposed to do and taking responsibility for your life's not going to work out. And he went, I think he was still trying to finish the breath from earlier that afternoon. I was like, hold on, I'll make you feel better. Hold on. And I went to the closet and I dug out the old box and I grabbed it and I was like, here, snuggle my Grover. Here you go. Your grandpa gave that to me. Don't touch the wings. They will cut you. And then the next day I got his ass up at 6 a.m. and we went snowboarding because you being a loser is not going to ruin my vacation. I learned that from my dad. But I made him work. I made him shovel snow at the cabin. I made him start the snowmobile all by himself, which is the whitest sentence I've ever said in my life. Yeah, and not the push button either. He had to ringa, ringa, like in the slavery times. Yeah. And we had a good week snowboarding. It was fun. We went snowboarding, you know, all week. Came home on Saturday. The next day was Easter Sunday. We went to church because, you know, just in case. And I was feeling like a good dad. I finally stood up. I didn't care what his mother thought. I was like, I'm a good father, man. You know what? I'm feeling so good. Here's what I had to fight in court for Easter to have my holiday. But I'm going to drop you off at your mother's half of the day. She can have half of Easter. I will see you in 7 days, son. Well, I continue to be the best father Jesus Christ has ever created. Very good sermon that morning. 5 days later, document this thick shows up. It says, I, Christopher Titus, am an abusive father. And I have to go to court because I'm not in the Trump administration. I get one. I get one. Come on. I get one. I get one. I get one. And again, I go to court, and again, before I get a chance to say a word, I walk into court, judge comes in, she stands up, Your Honor, he beat that child every day. I'm sorry, I beat him while we were snowboarding? Your Honor, he choked him repeatedly. That never happened. Your Honor, he said he was going to kill him by burying him in snow up to his neck. That's not how you kill somebody. You flip him upside down and bury him head down. You got to dig a much smaller hole, moron. Your Honor, he called him motherfucker repeatedly. Yeah, I did that. But Your Honor, he was screwing up school. She blames the teachers for his grades. I was just trying to wake him up. And the judge goes, Mr. Titus, this is an unusual case. Duh. It says that in the transcript. It says petitioner, duh. Be careful what you say in court, man. Because whatever happened between you and your son, Mr. Titus, your ex-wife took him to the school administrators to tell them what you did. Then she took him to LAPD to tell them what you did. Then she took him to Child Protective Services to tell them what you did. And the problem I'm having is none of these stories match. Now, we talked to your daughter 10 days ago. She says she's never seen you touch your son. Today, I get a note from your ex-wife, and all the N's and S's are dropped just a little bit. But it says your daughter's now terrified of you, so I can't use that as evidence. However, Mr. Titus, you just admitted in open court you swore at your son repeatedly. And under California law, that's considered verbal abuse. And I thought, oh, my dad should have got the electric chair. Verbal abuse? So, Mr. Titus, because of that law, I have to award custody of both your children to your ex-wife. But that's how it goes. I told you guys. Life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, death. I didn't forget orgasm. In fact, maybe orgasm's the only reason we stay. Imagine if it was just life tragedy. You know, you'd be like, I'm out. But every once in a while, okay. Okay. I'll hang around a couple more weeks. I get 3 more of those, I'll be here till Labor Day. And at this point in the divorce, I want you guys to know I had spent over a decade fighting for these kids, like my dad fought for me. You know, I spent more money than my father made his entire life. And I lost them. The one time I stand up to be a good father so he turns out a good person. I lost them. So I gave up. I said, okay, Your Honor, if that's your ruling, but I want you to know something. I'm never going to set foot in this courtroom again. So before I go, do you mind if I say something on record? Because I hadn't thought it through. He goes, do you really need to, Mr. Titus? You just took, yeah. He says, all right, go ahead. I want you to know something. I've raised those kids half the time for over a decade. They're who they are because of me. They do their work because of me. I make them responsible. This woman, I'm sending her thousands of dollars a month. She got the heat turned off in February. How is that possible? On top of that, I flew back and forth across this country doing stand-up, paying all these lawyers, paying all these bills, paying her. And you know what? I've never been late with anything. I've never missed anything. I flew back from Florida at 5:45 in the morning to pick them up at noon, and I've never been late in over a decade. And you know what else? You're a fucking real estate attorney. And I look at the bailiff, because I suspect they're taking my shoelaces. And Pete has his head in his hands like this. And there is a long pause, and the judge goes, are you done? Uh-huh. He says, I understand your frustration, Mr. Titus, but that's my ruling. And I walked out. You know, if you're going through divorce, especially with kids, and it's just contentious and horrible, people forget they're fighting for human beings. People always say to you, hey man, don't worry. One day the kids will grow up. One day they'll get older. They'll know who the good parent was. Just keep being a good parent. They'll know. And that's all I had. And at the time, my son was 13, and my daughter was 15. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wait 5 years. He'll be 18, she'll be 20. And I'll never have to deal with their mother again. They'll be adults. And I want you guys to know, man, I was broken. I didn't know how to deal with it. And but I also had this other thing where I was like, oh, I get 5 years off. Oh, naive young Titus, no. Nope, 3 months later, document this 6 shows. She wants more child support. And I have to go, because again, I'm still not in the Trump administration. Still won, I just did it twice. Still won, I just did it twice. Still won. I didn't lie, ironically. And if you didn't get that, it still won. So I get this document from the court, show up, and I go in to see my new wife. I'm like, babe, and by the way, this woman who's with me now, my current wife, fought for me for these kids by my side for 10 years. She used to write the legal work for, like, to help me get it through, because she has a criminal justice. Yes, she's amazing. She fought by my side every day. And I go into her, and I go, babe, I just got this. We got to go back to court. My lovely wife, who's the best person I've ever met, looks me right in the eyes and goes, we aren't doing anything. I've done this for 10 years. You said we were done. You said we're going to wait till the adults. I'm not going. I go, you have to go. She goes, no, I told you I'm not going. I said, babe, after what I said to the judge, someone may need to drive my car home. She goes, no, I'm not going. I'm done. And we got in this giant fight, huge fight, one of our biggest fights. And I'll tell you why. I didn't get it. Look, if you're going through divorce right now and you've got rid of this nightmare, this person that checks none of the love boxes, this horror show, this nightmare that you can't deal with, but now you're wiser and you've met somebody amazing who checks all the love boxes, this dream. If you think this dream is supposed to help you fight this nightmare, you're an asshole. And I didn't get it. I didn't get it until this fight. She won the fight. I don't like admitting that. She won the fight with 5 words. We're screaming at each other in the bedroom. And she stares me right in the face and she goes, I didn't marry that bitch. That's valid. But you did marry me. Better or worse, you always say you're a good Christian. Yeah, I pulled the pin out of that grenade. Yes, I did. And because she goes, fine, when is it? Well, now I have more bad news. So when you go file for a court case, you go to the docket, you get the calendar, you pick the date. My ex-wife, who knew, picked my new wife's birthday. You gotta respect it. It's Putin level. You gotta respect it. And I go, it's on your birthday. And my new wife did the scariest thing she's ever done. She doesn't move. She just goes, ha ha. Okay. If that's how she wants to play it. So I backed out of the bedroom. And we wait for the court date to show up. The morning of the court date, I'm lying in bed next to my lovely, beautiful wife, and I kiss her on the forehead. Hey, babe, happy birthday. Yeah, she did not laugh at all, even a little bit. And I got up to get ready for court. And I want you to know something. I'm not afraid of anything. I do this for a living. You know, I have my own company. I've jumped out of airplanes, raced cars, motorcycles, man, martial arts. I don't care. Nothing scares me. The wheel is stupid in court scared me to death because it cost me so much money and I never knew it was going to happen. So over the 10 years of court, I developed this weird PTSD where I would wake up for court and I would start panicking, anxiety. I would break out into hives and I would start shaking. I looked like Michael J. Fox with a strawberry allergy. What, he knows? And by the way, he's so uber cool about it, I think he would laugh at that. And if he didn't, I'd go back in time, write a better joke, then come back and tell it again. My favorite laugh is the shake your head and clap laugh. I'm not making this up. It physically, you can ask my wife, it physically manifests itself where I would just break out into hives. So I get out of the shower that morning knowing what I said to the judge, and I look in the mirror and I just see blotches just forming on my face and I'm shaking. I put my shirt on, I put my tie on, my jacket on, I sweat through it. Hard to sweat through a tie. And I walk into the bedroom and she's in her closet getting ready. I'm like, babe, we're gonna be late. And she comes out of her closet and she's wearing this schoolgirl vagina skirt. She's got these black leggings on, so sexy but so classy. You know, she's wearing the schoolgirl shirt, the little tie on, everything's pushed up, her hair is perfect, makeup. By the way, my new wife is an ex-Diesel jeans model who has 2 college degrees and now does stand-up comedy, so she's gorgeous, smart, and funny. Yeah. And my ex-wife, isn't. Oh my God, and she was wearing these shoes. My God, the shoes alone snuggled my Grover. But I'm in panic mode. I go, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm gonna show her what she'll never be. I love you for many things, but your vengeance most of all. Feels like my birthday. But we gotta go to court. So we drive to the LA County Courthouse, the same court I testified against my father so many years earlier. May the circle be unbroken. And I'm in panic mode, and I walk into the courthouse. I go, babe, I got to get it together. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go psych myself up. She goes to the women's bathroom. I walk in the men's bathroom. Whoever was in the stall in the men's bathroom heard a crazy man talking to himself. Whoever was in there, this is what they heard. All right, just don't say anything. You're going to say something. No, you always fucking do. You do this for a living. You don't know when to shut up, man. Just shut up. I'm going to shut up. No, you won't. Whoever heard me at one point probably climbed up on the toilet and put their hand on the stall door. Finally get it together as best I can. I walk out and I don't know how long I was in there because she's way down the hall. If you've been to the LA County Courthouse, it's long hallway benches. And she's so smoking as she's walking down the hall, everybody, men and women, are just staring at her. I could have Three Stooged the entire courthouse. I could have just went, pap, 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 pap. And I catch up to her at the family court door, Department 88. I remember the number. And I open the door and she walks in, click, click, click. And sees my ex sitting in the front row, and my ex feels it and whips around, and they lock eyes like gunslingers. But one of them was severely unarmed. And my ex lasted about 4 seconds. She went, shh. And then my new wife, click, 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 went and sat down directly behind her and just stared at the back of her head. And I swear to God, after 3 minutes, I saw smoke. But I got to go to court. So I walk over to the podium to sign in, and my best friend, the bailiff, walks over. How's it going, Pete? I guess after what I said last time, this isn't going to go very well, is it? And this dude who rarely spoke to me leans in and goes, hey, you just keep being you. That hasn't worked so far. At all. I need to be somebody new. And he sits down. Wait for the judge to show up. Now, court's supposed to start 9 o'clock. No judge. 9:15, no judge. 9:30, no judge. And I realize, oh, he's telling the SWAT team it's okay to tase me when I won't shut up. 9:45, the chamber doors bang open, and I'm about to puke, man. I'm just like, oh, God, I don't want to see this guy again. I don't want to see this guy again. And I look up, and it's a new judge. No. We have to start over. She gets to tell her lies all over again. There's going to be a new wheel of stupid. No! And the judge goes, Titus versus whore. That's what I heard. And I walk up and I go, Your Honor. He goes, don't talk, Mr. Titus. Oh, this started perfect. So, Mrs. Titus, you want more child support? I'm looking at the documents you gave me. I have 2 pages of copied taxes here. I want you to know, I can see where it's been altered because I can see the shadow from the whiteout. I can also tell it's been altered because these fonts don't match. On top of that, this number doesn't add up. Are you claiming both kids on your taxes? Because the order says you get one and he gets one. That's a federal crime. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let the IRS deal with that now. The reason I'm late this morning is because I was going over this case. Do you realize you've brought this man here 108 times in 11 years? If you bring him here one more time, I'm going to fine and sanction you. Do you understand? Mr. Titus, do you want to say anything? Ha, oh. Yeah, now, oh. I thought it through. Oh. And my new wife and I went out and had the best her birthday we'd ever had. It was very expensive. The word Louboutin was bandied about. And I didn't see my kids for 2 years. But that's how it goes. Life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, life, tragedy, death. People get mad at this point. Orgasm. You said there was going to be orgasm. Don't take away the orgasm. You got a couple ways to deal with this life tragedy thing. Number one, people, you got to let go of your tragedies. You have to let them go, man. You have to, man. You know why? There's a new one coming. And it's going to be way worse and way more expensive. Also, you got to live between the tragedies, no matter what. That dream you had before the horrible shit happened, get back to it. That's all you get. You get one shot. And this third thing you can do if you want to is get involved in your tragedy. And that's what I decided to do. So, I waited 2 years, and against court orders, I called my son on his 15th birthday, because I'm a genius. They said, hey, you and your sister want to go out to dinner? And they both said, yeah, Dad, that'd be awesome. And I was like, oh, this is a trick. You don't know their mother. Shut up. You don't know this. So I went to the dinner, but I had a camera in my hair and a microphone on my biggest tooth. Hell, just pick a tooth. I took him to Cheesecake Factory. I love Cheesecake Factory. I always order the 2,300 calorie bistro shrimp. I'm sitting there eating it out of the wheelbarrow they serve it in. And I was enjoying the music, and I realized that's not music, that's Ethiopian children crying. They give you too much food. And when all this went down, my son was 13. He was this tall, and he had white blonde hair. Now he shows up, he's 15. He's this tall, he has brown curly hair, and I realized, oh my God, she killed him and replaced him with a new kid. You don't know this woman. I took his napkin after the appetizer to send a 23andMe. He's mine, and he's fourth generation. And I want you guys to know something. It was stilted and weird. You got to remember, they had 2 years of unfettered poison, where I didn't have my half a week to make things up, to prove that I wasn't always. 2 years of unfettered poison from their mother. So the conversation was ridiculous. It was like, how are you? What's going on? Are you doing comedy? How is school? Blah, blah, blah. And if you know me at all by watching me, I just said, you know what? Stop. Let's just deal with the reality of this. And I looked at my son and I go, you lied about me in court. You get that? You lied about me to Child Protective Services. There was no reason for that. Your mother dropped the ball all the time. I always picked it up. Tutors, anything you needed, I was there. Everything, all the stuff we did. And you lied about me? You know what? I hope your fucking kids do this to you one day. My dad was a gypsy. I look at my son, and he's going, ah. My daughter's just staring at the table. And I realized, good job, Titus. Now you're giving people monsters to carry. Guys, let me start over. Look, your mom and I got divorced. We did that. My God. You were 2 and 4 years old. You don't even know a time when the two people that are supposed to love you the most didn't hate each other's guts. And I want you to know, I know you love your mom. I don't love your mom. A lot. In fact, if you guys have any video of her like falling down some stairs, I'll buy that from you. And then I'll edit circus music behind it. Post it on my Instagram. But I want you guys to know you had nothing to do with this divorce. And if I did anything to make it harder on you, I want you to know I love you and I'm sorry. And you think fuck you's powerful? And I'm not being trite. Try I love you and I'm sorry. It's weird, man. People's circuit can't take it. Like, look, this kids, family, whatever. For 7 years, we've been arguing about politics. You've lost friends and relatives because of politics, stupid shit. Next time you see these people, you want that love back in your life? Just say, I love you and I'm sorry. Don't argue with them. Don't talk politics. You can't take it. You know, now they're going to get mad. You're going to go, hey, man, I want you to know what happened between us. I love you and I'm sorry. And they're going to go, yeah, but you did what you did. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. Yeah, but you still did it. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. Yeah, but you did it. I know. I love you and I'm sorry. I love you, I'm sorry, dude. It's stunning, man. People can't take it. It's the best weapon ever. And I said it to my kids, and I meant it. And in like a minute and a half, my daughter became my daughter again. It was crazy. She just starts talking like nothing happened. She goes, hey, tell Dad what you did on Saturday. My son goes, I'm not telling Dad what I did on Saturday. I'm like, the hell did you do on Saturday? I'm not telling you. She goes, just tell him, dumbass. And I was like, oh, that's my kid. I go, what did you do on Saturday? He goes, I was at this fair with my friends, Dad, and this girl who likes me came over. She put her arms out to hug me, and I thought, aha, that's why they had me come to dinner. He got somebody pregnant, and I got to pay for an abortion. Here we go. I go, what did you do? He goes, Dad, I just stared her in the face and went, ah. I'm like, oh my God, he's never going to get somebody pregnant now. I go, all right, you can survive that. All right, what did you do after that? He goes, I didn't stop. I did it till she walked away. Ah. And I start to break out into hives. I'm like, no, you can't have this reputation at 15. You need to get this girl's number. He goes, I got her number. I said, you have to call her. Dad, we don't call. We text, Google it. Well, if you don't handle this situation, you're going to be Googling yourself for a long time. He goes, no, man, I'm just going to make it worse. I said, son, you cannot make worse. He goes, no, and he starts to panic. I'm like, hey, calm down. It's okay, calm down. Look, your sister's a songwriter, and I'm a comedian and writer. We'll write you something. Get your phone out. And here's what I told him to send to this girl. I'm pretty good with words. It wasn't a geography question. I'm the guy who also wrote Vagina Grifter. Come on. Hey, sorry I was so weird at the fair the other day. You make me nervous because you are so amazing. If I made you feel anything other than perfect, I apologize. But I gave that to a 15-year-old boy. He's getting somebody pregnant now. Nuclear weapon, toddler, go play with that. Go have, you have fun. He goes, Dad, I can't tell her she's perfect. I said, you didn't tell her she's perfect. She's already perfect. You didn't want to mess it up. He's like, no. And he starts to literally panic. And I was like, hey, it's okay. Look, man, look, I'm your father. I created you. And I'm never, ever going to lead you down the wrong path. And I should have told you this years ago. Look, women need 3 things. They need you to admit you're an idiot. Apologize for being an idiot. And then give them a compliment. And my daughter's sitting right here and goes, yeah. So we type it in his phone, we get it perfect, and my son is so goofy, man. So he mad dogs me and his sister right before he sends it, holds his phone up and goes, and when he hit send, man, it was like somebody unplugged C-3PO. Put his phone down and went, ah. And he would not look away from his phone. So my daughter and I have a conversation. We ordered dessert. We had our giant car battery-sized piece of cheesecake. And all of a sudden I hear, what? She texted me back. My daughter, read it, dumbass. Grandpa would be proud of you. And he picks up his phone and goes, Dad, it says you were fine at the fair, no worries at all. Can't wait to see you again. And my son, this kid who'd been poisoned about his father since he was 2 years old, was now staring at that same father like I was Pimp David Copperfield. I showed him a magic trick he did not know existed. If you can, get involved in your tragedies. I'm not going to say it's work, but you try it. Get involved and get that love back in your life. Because I got involved in my tragedy with my kids, because of me, because of me, because of me, my son is this much closer to some girl snuggling his Grover. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys were amazing tonight. Thank you for coming down. Thank you so much. Thank you to North Hollywood and the San Fernando Valley. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Peace. Good night, everybody.
To the driveway, the dragon's home from work. My heart climbs into my throat. Will he be my dad or be berserk? So I click off Scooby-Doo and make sure the kitchen's clean just right. It's just an open wound since Mom left home that rainy night. Screamed at him, just tell me why you like this. Oh, but the monster he carries won't give him any peace. He was raised like a dagger in a closed fist. No, and you can't see the light in the belly of the beast. At night he told me to drive his car, drinking a cold